You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. Okay, so episode 2 picks up where episode 1 leaves off, which is pretty much Sab- uh Sabrina giving Steven her answer, and she does tell him yes. Um and he is relieved and very happy because it took her a long time to say yeah. She apologizes and tells him that she probably should have led with yes or whatever. But they say that they love each other. They're very happy. And I'm happy for them. Like, I saw the connection and I like their connection. Okay, so then it goes to Sam and Nicole, and the two of them feel like they have like a fun connection. It's goofy, it's fun, it's friendly, but it doesn't seem to be super deep. But Nicole and Benaya's relationship is deep, it's understanding. They get on well, and you can tell that they're comfortable with each other or whatever. So it's kind of like she has like a superficial. When I say superficial, I'm not talking about what you first think about it. It's kind of like just, I'm talking about surface level connection with Sam, and then she has a deep connection with Benaya. So I can see how she can be like torn between the two of them or whatever, because it depends on which is more important to you. Okay, so it goes to Tom and Maria and their date, and they're both being jokey with each other. She says that she's Moroccan and Muslim, but she's not traditional. She's not traditional about um the way that she lives when it comes to her culture or whatever. Because she said something about like dating is frowned upon, but she dates, like, she doesn't subscribe to that. Um Tom, they start talking about family, and Tom said his parents aren't together, and he said he has abandonment issues because his dad just disappeared one day. Um, they both lost they both lost their loved ones. Both of them lost their dads. Tom's mother broke the news to him that his dad died, and they're talking about that. He's opening up about it. They're bonding. Um, over you know they're bonding over trauma. you know I guess, like I said in my last video, it's a thin line between that. It just depends. It depends. She says she's ready to give herself to someone. I really like that everybody in this cast is just ready for marriage. Like, there's nobody that's like, well, I ain't gonna say there's nobody. I feel like Benaya isn't. I think Benaya is. I don't think that he's not ready. I think he's hesitant. I think he's afraid to allow himself to want it, just in case he's not chosen. He seems to be trying to protect himself emotionally. But so Tom goes on a date with Natasha next, and they bond over movies. He says that she asked him if he wants to be married, and he was saying how he feels like you have to be vulnerable and honest with somebody that you're getting married to, and that's something that he is looking forward to. They both said that they're ready for marriage. I think they have a nice connection. Like, I like them together. They seem to mesh well together. Um, he also talks about his connection with Maria and Natasha, and says that he may like Maria a little bit more. Like, he likes Natasha, but he might be leaning more towards Maria, which I understand. Freddie and Catherine, on their date, Freddie says that a medium told him that he'd get married to a woman whose name began with a C. And Catherine thinks that that is wild, and so do I. Like, I don't know, but I could see that. I love their connection. I think that they're really good together. Um, he opens up about his brother, that has Down syndrome. Catherine opens up about being adopted. They talk about family. She gets emotional, and he gives her support. Like, she gets emotional about being adopted and like wondering who she looked like and not like knowing her family and stuff like that. Um, he uh he supports her or whatever. She's also honest about having another connection with O. She doesn't call his name, but she does tell Freddie that she has another connection. Um she almost says that she loves him as well. Um and like in her like confessional, after she almost tell this man she loved him, in her confessional she's talking about Oli, talking about her connection with him and like how, how she feels about him and stuff like that. In my opinion, Catherine seems to like Oli more, but that changes later on, and we'll get to that in a minute. Oli and Catherine goes on their date. Um, he says that he is ready for his forever person. He asked, like he was asking her. They were having a conversation, and he asked her like when she came to London where she went out, and she told him the name of the club, and he kind of like judges her for being a certain type of girl based off of the name of the club he told her, and I kind of feel like it made her it kind of worried her a bit. He admits to her that he felt sexual vibes from her or whatever at first. Um, he also opens up about having another connection, but I don't think he calls Demi name. Um, Catherine leaves from the date with him. When she leaves out of the pods, she goes and talks to the girls and tells them about her connection with him. Um, and being worried that he misjudged her based off of like the club that she told him she hung out at or whatever. And Oli talks to Bobby about his connection to Catherine. He basically was explaining that with Catherine, he feels like she's everything that he wants on paper, but she doesn't feel like home. Basically, like she's everything that you need to build a house, but he doesn't feel at home when he's inside the house. But with Demi, he gets all of that. Like he feels at home with her. So he feels like his connection with Demi is stronger. Okay, so Steven and Sabrina, uh they finally are about to meet each other. Both of them say that they don't care about looks. He says that he doesn't really care how she looks. She's his person. She says that she doesn't care about look, but she feels like he was going to be bald or whatever, and of course she was wrong. um they kiss immediately, like as soon as they hug, like as soon as they connect, they kiss. You could tell that they are immediately physically attracted to each other. They can't keep their hands off each other. They're kissing each other every couple of seconds. He proposes to her again, and of course she says yes. You can really tell that the two of them really like are feeling each other physically, and I'm pretty sure that when they get ready to go on their honeymoon, they gonna be doing a lot of physical activity. And I don't blame her because Steven is fine. And I don't know, Steven just gives me man. Like he just seems so put together and like just a good dude. Okay, then it goes to Bobby and Jasmine. And Bobby and Jasmine just mesh well together. They have like a comfortable connection. Like they just seem to go together well. Like there's not a whole lot to say about them because they just, they got it. Sam and Jasmine goes on a date. Sam claims to Jasmine that she was stuck in his head. He's like flattering her, singing her praises and telling her how like he's only felt a certain way about her, and like, he really likes her, and like she makes him feel good and all of this stuff. She tells him that she's apprehensive about him because it just seems like he just says whatever he feels that she wants to hear to win her favor, and it makes her nervous about him. And I could tell because she's holding back a lot with him because she doesn't trust him. You can tell. um he gets frustrated with her and says that what he's saying is real and his feelings for her are real, and she tells him she doesn't want to get hurt, but they'll see. Like, we'll see. I'm not gonna like break up with you right now, but we'll see. But I feel like he's coming off disingenuous to her because he is. I feel like Sam wants to be with somebody, and maybe he also wants to be on the show. I'm not going to say for sure because I don't know him like that, but I just kind of feel like if it was any woman sitting in front of him, he would say the same things that he's saying to her and to Nicole. He would say the same thing to any woman that was sitting in front of him. He just seems desperate. Like he just wants anybody. Like, please like me. Please don't forget about me. Please choose me. He gives me pick me vibes. Nobody likes a pick me for real. And if somebody tell you that they like pick me's, they're lying. Like, yeah, they might like you to boost their little ego, but they don't like you for real. They're lying. Don't nobody like no pick me. Okay, Tom and Natasha go on a another date. Their connection seems to be pretty good. The conversation flows, they talk about family. She says that she feels spellbound when he talks. Like, she likes his voice. I think he has a nice voice. I don't know about spellbound, but like, he has a nice voice. But they seem to like each other a lot. So then there's Tom and Maria. Um, I think that Tom likes Maria more. Like, I feel like he's making it clear he likes her more. Um, he says that she brings out his humor. They're very jokey with each other and comfortable. And I kind of feel like when you like somebody, like, y'all do laugh a lot, y'all joke around a lot, and pick on each other and stuff like that. And they already kind of got that. So it shows that they have a deeper connection. He says he wants to have an incredible life with the woman he loves the most. And I don't know, I just love that this cast is just all about love and getting married, and like they're serious about it, you can tell. And not just for TV. Like, I really believe that they all want to be married. And this is how you should approach getting cast for reality, for shows like Love is Blind. Not just getting people that look good on a screen. You need to get people that want to get married, that want to go through this process so that they can find their person. We don't need another Clay. We don't. Absolutely do not. And we also don't need another AD. But Sam is AD. Like, pick me. Just pick me vibes. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Bobby and Jasmine. Jasmine, they start talking about family. And Jasmine says that her father left. And Bobby says that he doesn't speak to his father. He also talks about how that affects him or whatever. Both of them talk about how their father's not like being in their lives affected them and how it made them who they are. Bobby says that he looked up to a cousin that he had, but his cousin ended up dying in an accident, and he was saying how it took a toll on him. Um Jasmine supports him while he's opening up to her or whatever, and she tells him that she wants to be his safe space, and he says that he really feels safe um when talking to her. Like, he really feels safe with her. The two of them start flirting with each other a little bit. They start talking, throwing little hints about sex, a little sprinkle here and there. Talk about, sex. Um, they're really feeling each other, and Jasmine decides, okay, I think that this is my person, so I'm going to cut off my connection with Sam. So she does cut him off. He wishes her well, but you could tell that he isn't happy about it. And when he goes to the men's quarters, he gets emotional about it. And now all of a sudden he feels like Nicole is the one. Could you imagine that? Imagine that. Now Nicole is the one because this other girl broke up with you. Okay. Demi is making a birthday card for Oli. Like she's like writing on it, drawing on it, stuff like that. And the guys in the men's quarters, they celebrate him. And then when it's time for him and Demi's date, she arranges this birthday surprise for him, like balloons, cake, like it's decorated. And I think she gets him a gift as well, if I'm not mistaken. He appreciates her gesture so much. And like it just kind of reaffirms his stronger connection to her. Like he feels like, you know what, I'm right. I feel like this is the one. Like this is my connection. Demi says that she is falling in love, child, and I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she's falling in love. And so she go after their date in the pause. They go back to the quarters. And somebody asked Demi how it went, and she told them that it went well, that he liked the card, and they had a little moment or whatever. Catherine overhears the conversation, and she puts in her head that I'm gonna step away from Oli because of Demi or whatever. Like I don't want to get in between what they're building and yada yada yada, blah blah blah, being a martyr. Oh my god, Catherine, you're such a good person because you're a martyr. You care about Demi and you want her to be happy, so you're gonna step away. Sure, girl, sure. um and she also says that even if Demi didn't like him that much, she was gonna step away from him anyway because of Freddie. I don't believe you, but I'm gonna let you have it, sis. So Oli and Catherine go into the pause. She wishes him a happy birthday. And she also and they don't even really get into it, but she tells him to explore his relationship with Demi. She's claiming that she's being the bigger person or whatever. And he tries to tell her that his connection with Catherine is stronger. And she literally just cuts him off. Like, she won't even let him say what he wants to say because she wants to be the one who broke it off so she can be the person in power. So she could be like, I was the one who broke it off with him. When really, he made his decision. He was going to break it off with you anyway, even if you didn't bring that up. But people like Catherine, because I'm not going to say women, because I feel like men do it too. People like Catherine, the minute that she heard Demi talking about her connection with Oli, because she was waiting for Demi to admit it, to admit that they have a connection and to let her know what that connection is. But Demi wasn't being forthcoming with the information. So now that she hears her talking about it to somebody else, now it's like, well, I'm gonna like be the bigger person and step out the way or whatever because I like Demi or whatever. When you were just saying that you don't see them being together outside of the pods, you were just saying that you don't feel like, basically, like you don't feel like Demi is good enough for Oli and that you were the better choice. But now that you see that he likes her, you want to make it seem like you're the bigger person. Oh, I'm bowing out because she's a good person. I want them to be happy. No, you knew that he was going to break up with you and you was trying to beat him to it. And I can't stand when people do that, but at the same time, it's whatever because he was going to be with her regardless. Whether you broke up with him or not, he was going to be with them. He was going to choose her. So don't try to make it seem like you're doing her a service. that you're doing her a favor. You're not. He was going to choose her regardless. Do not, don't stroke your little ego, okay? Don't stroke your little ego. You ran. You ran away because you did not want him to reject you. And a lot of women do this. I'm going to say women this time. A lot of women do this. But also a lot of people do this. They'll try to reject you before you can reject them. But regardless of whether you broke it off or not, he was going to choose Demi, and that's what matters, okay? That's what matters. And as long as we know, it don't matter. He was trying to tell you that he had a strong connection with Demi, and you wouldn't let him because you didn't want to get rejected. And it's cool. I'm not even gonna make it seem like she a bad person. I don't think she a bad person. I think she's human. A lot of us don't like rejection. A lot of us run from rejection. And I'm not gonna say one or I'm not gonna single nobody out. All of us do it. We do run from it, and that's human. That's totally human. But I'm gonna be honest. Like, you saw it coming, baby. You saw it coming, and you got out of there. But let's move on to Benaya and Nicole. But not Nicole feels like her and Benaya has a romantic connection, but she's not getting what she needs from him emotionally. So it's confusing her. It's kind of making her scared, I think. I think that she wanted to put all of her eggs in one basket, but he didn't give her what she needed to do it. Um, she asked him if he could see himself getting married. Like, could you see yourself married or whatever? He says he can see himself in a committed relationship connection wise, but he doesn't think he's ready for marriage. Like, he ain't seeing it for marriage for real right now. She's trying to gauge his feelings and also his readiness to get married, but he doesn't give her what she was looking for. So now she's confused. Like I said, I feel like she was leaning more toward him, but since he isn't forthcoming with his feelings, she doesn't have a choice but to stick with Sam. But I kind of feel like if she knew that she wasn't feeling Sam enough to forget about Benaya, then she shouldn't move forward with him. I feel like if you don't feel a connection with neither one, don't just stay because you want a relationship. I do wish that he, you know, gave her what she was looking for or whatever, because I don't like Sam. Sam gives desperate, and desperate people are dangerous. They are very dangerous. But let's move on to Bobby and Jasmine. So Bobby raps a song. He said that it was a rap. He says that it's a song rather than a poem, so he raps it to propose to Jasmine. It's really cute. Like, I like how the men are being creative in the way that they propose, because I feel like outside of Love is Blind, Steven and Bobby would have went all out for their proposal. I could see them as men who would go all out for their proposals if they were on the outside, if they met these women outside of the show. But they, they're doing all they can from the pods. And I thought it was really cute. He professes his feelings to her, and it makes her cry. He asks her if she will marry him, and she says yes. They're both really happy. It's a sweet moment. Like, I really liked it. I really liked it. It was really cute. She tells him to get ready for her. She like, I'm gonna put this cookie on you, get ready. I'ma put this cookie on you, get ready. I'ma put that cookie on you, get ready. Hey, get ready, I'm gonna put that cookie on you. And I believe it. I believe she gonna put every inch of that coochie on him. And I approve. I approve. I approve. Wholeheartedly. That's your husband. Put it on him. Okay? But she like, you better get ready for me. Like, cause once it's up, then it's stuck. I don't even know what the heck that means. But she was giving that energy, okay? She's so happy. She runs into like where the little where all the other women at, and she runs in there and tells them that she's getting married. And they celebrate her, and the guys celebrate Bobby. Sam is salty. Everybody except Sam. Sam is sitting there with the stank face like, I congratulations, I guess. Like, I guess. I wish y'all the best, I guess. But he's salty that he got broken up with. Like, ain't even joined the little huddle, ain't even joined the little group hug. He's sitting on there on a chair sulking. So then it goes to Sam and Jasmine, in the pods. He sets up a surprise for her. He gives her a bracelet or whatever. He's telling her that that's his favorite bracelet, and it's probably stinking. Like, she like, I'm gonna smell it to see if it smell like you, and I'm like, gross, but whatever. He tells her that he doesn't want anyone else, and he knew that she was the one from day one, which is a lie because he was torn between two women just a couple of hours ago. You were torn between two women, so stop lying. Talk about he knew she was the one since day one. Then why didn't you propose to her if that's the case? Okay. Like I said, he's a liar. She says she likes that he wears his heart on his sleeve, and I think he's a pick me. I don't think there's no heart on that sleeve. I think it's desperation on that sleeve. That's what I think. But hey, who am I? I thought he was gonna propose to her, but he didn't, and I was kind of confused about it. Like, why did he do all of that and didn't propose? Like, and I'm pretty sure Nicole thought he was gonna propose too, but he didn't. So she probably was let down. Um, Nicole doesn't feel like Benaya opens up to her. And I kind of feel like Nicole is tolerating Sam because she feels like he's her only option. And I don't, and my whole thing is this. If the person you want isn't available, if they're not showing you what you need to see, don't go don't pick somebody else just to pick somebody, just to have somebody. And I don't necessarily think that Nicole is desperate, but I feel like she wants to get married. She wants this this experience to work for her. And I get it, but at the same time, just because you like Sam don't mean that you should still stick with him. You you don't got to stick with everybody you like, cuz I do feel like she likes Sam. I don't feel like she don't like him. I don't feel like she thinks that she's settling for him, but I think she's settling for him. I feel like she thinks, I got two guys that I like. One is not giving me the reassurance I need. One is saying everything that I want to hear. So I'm going to go with the guy that's saying everything that I want to hear. So, so he goes into the male's living quarters, and he's basically saying that he feels like Nicole must be fat or something like that, overweight or something like that, because um he said he wanted to pick her up, and she was like, you may be able to, and she paused and was like, oh yeah, we're not supposed to talk about appearance, so I'm not going to go there. So he thinks that she was about to say, you may not be able to pick me up because I'm too heavy. And he's worried about her size or whatever. And Benaya overhears it. And he like, I know he not talking to my mom, my wife. Talk about my wife. I know he not saying that about my wife. About my Nicole. Who do he think he is? That's my girl. I gotta protect her. I gotta tell her what he said because that's wrong. Is what, he said. But I kind of feel like Benaya realizes that he didn't reassure her. So he think that this is his opportunity to make her, to prove to her that he has her best interest at heart, right? It buys him some time. He doesn't have to tell her, he doesn't have to commit to marrying her. And I don't feel like Benaya doesn't want to get married. Like I said before, I think he's afraid. I think he's afraid of putting his feelings out there 100%. So this gives him an opportunity to prove that he cares about her and he doesn't have to make a commitment just yet. You know? Even though they only give you a couple of days to decide. Because they ain't about to wait no week for y'all to decide. The show must go on. Is you gonna marry or not? The show must go on. So when him and Nicole has like their also I have to say Steven tells him that the right thing is to tell her the truth or whatever. So they go into the pods. She immediately like tells him that she doesn't know if he's ready. She doesn't feel the readiness within him. He says he's thought of the future of their future together and he wants to be with her, but he doesn't say I'm ready for marriage. Like I feel like she want to hear the clear words. I'm ready for marriage and I want to marry you. I want to leave here with you. I want you to be my wife. And he's not saying that. He's being ambiguous about like he's leaving room for interpretation. And I love that the women on this season doesn't tolerate that. They don't tolerate somebody who is leaving room for interpretation. They want you to say exactly what it is. Don't beat around the bush. Don't leave room for me to assume what it is when you know it's not that. You're going to have to tell me. You're going to have to give me clarity. And when somebody don't want to give you clarity, it's because they don't want what you want. Because a person who wants you to know that they want you doesn't want you to be confused. Why would they want you to be confused? What do they gain from you being confused if they actually want you? Nothing. They don't gain anything from you being confused. Actually, it may hurt them if they actually want you. A person who does not want to give you clarity does not want you. They do not want you. They leaving room for interpretation, leaving room for you to assume. They don't want you. They want to be able to say, I ain't asked you to do that. When you tell them, well, I did this, that, and the third for you, they want to be able to say, I ain't asked for that. I ain't never said we was together. You assumed that. A person who robs you of your clarity does not want you. Clarity is essential to somebody who wants to be with you. It's essential. They want you to know that they want you. Okay? So she opens up about her connection with Sam. And this is the moment where he tells her what Sam said. At first he's like freaking out about it. He won't say it right off. He like keeps like, oh my god, like I want to tell you, but I don't want this to sabotage your connection, whatever. So she like, you need to trust me with this information, and you need to tell me what it is. And he says he doesn't think that Sam is there for genuine reasons, and then it goes off there. Um, and I agree with him. I don't think Sam is being genuine either. I just think that Sam is trying to desperately get somebody, and I don't know what for. I don't know what for, but this episode was pretty good. Like I liked that two of the couples did get married. Like the two of the guys took in the initiative. They did get married. They did make their proposals, and they seem to like it. Well, I don't think that Bobby and Jasmine has met up yet, but I'm interested in seeing them meet up. But the meetup between Steven and Sabrina was amazing. I loved seeing it. It was beautiful. Like I like this cast of people. I kind of feel like these are grown behind people. They know what they want and they're willing to do what it takes to get it. And I respect that and I appreciate that. I love this season. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to try to be consistent. But so far so good. Let me know what y'all think about this season. Let me know what y'all think about episode 2. Also, I ain't gonna say no spoilers because you can't spoil it from me, so y'all can talk freely or whatever. But I just want to know what y'all thoughts. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about this video, what y'all think about this season. Do y'all feel like Sam is a pick me, or do y'all just feel like he really likes Nicole? Um who do you think Nicole should pick, Sam or Benaya? Um, but yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Before you go, check out my website at srgraham.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.